Media freedom. Does it really matter who is hiding information from us? Imagine a country with a government that censors the internet, jails journalists who criticize it, and promotes its propaganda through state-run media. Of course, such a system is undemocratic and wrong. Well, most of us understand why the government does it. It wants to maintain control. Now imagine another country. No censorship, no jailed journalists, no propaganda. On the surface, this looks like the ideal of media freedom. But what if this country's reality is shaped by powerful corporations, not the government? Okay. What if our opinions are influenced not by facts, but by algorithms? Okay. And what if the battle for media freedom isn't really about the source of this control, but about the consequences? Let's explore this idea further. Two models, one consequence. The classic view explains that in authoritarian systems, censorship is direct. The government blocks websites, imprisons critical journalists, and spreads propaganda through state media. The consequence is clear. People do not have access to impartial information. In the Western world, the picture appears different at first glance. State censorship is forbidden, but that doesn't mean information is freely accessible. Instead of the state, the role of filters has been taken over by powerful corporations, algorithms, and social pressures. Corporate filters. Media outlets run by major advertisers and corporate owners often limit critical reporting on topics that could harm their business interests. Algorithms and social networks. Our online bubbles are shaped by algorithms that serve as content we are most likely to agree with. This leads to so-called information echo chambers, where opposing views simply do not reach us. Political polarization. The media is increasingly focused on specific political camps, creating a situation where people get information that confirms their beliefs rather than a broader view of the world. In both cases, with state censorship and with algorithmic filtering, the final consequence is the same. The public does not get a comprehensive picture of reality. Regardless of whether the motive is political control or commercial profit, the result is a fragmented and incomplete truth. Why the consequence, not the source, matters. If we accept this view, it becomes clear that media freedom is not just a question of legal protection, but also a question of the actual accessibility and quality of information. The awareness that information is being filtered, regardless of whether the filter is in the hands of the state or a private company, leads to the following realization: erosion of trust. When individuals realize that content is being withheld from them, trust in all sources begins to erode, including the media, governments, and even social platforms. Difficult decision-making. A fragmented reality makes it difficult to make informed decisions about health, politics, and the future. Ignorance is no longer a consequence of a lack of information, but a consequence of its excessive and filtered supply. The true battle for media freedom, therefore, is not just a fight against the obvious censorship of authoritarian regimes. It is also a fight against the more subtle, invisible filters that shape our reality in the West. Perhaps our greatest freedom lies in the awareness that filters exist and in the continuous search for truth, no matter who is trying to hide it. Do you agree with these conclusions? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.